Hi guys, praise Jesus. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Becky. I bring you awesome, fun and timely content on all my platforms. So make sure you like, you comment, you share, and you definitely subscribe. And welcome to this video. So as you have seen from the title, it's a little get ready with me chit chat video. My insecurities and how I get around to dealing with them, because all of us have insecurities, and today I'm gonna share mine with you guys, and I hope this helps somebody, especially a young woman. Most of my content is just for the ordinary young guy or young lady or even older, but I tend to find that by the time guys are older, they have already figured out what their insecurities are and how to deal with them successfully, which is something that for us as young people, literally in our 20s, that is when most of our insecurities are glaring us in the face and we are wondering, what am I supposed to do? My mirror is here, so if you see me look down a bit, don't worry. So yeah, so from a very young age, I've always been insecure about how I look. Okay, so my face and my skin tone, how I talk, how I walk, like that is something that I have struggled with. And guys, this is such a vulnerable thing for me to say, because I don't think I have ever said this on any of my platforms. So yeah, and it's funny that I share this story with people that are close to me, know that it's something I've struggled with for a long time, and I share this with them, and their first reaction is, what? You're so confident. How have you struggled? Like, you seem confident, you seem to know what you want, you seem to know when you want it. So how can you be seated there and telling me that, you know what, I struggle with self-image? And it's true, it's fine. I get what is going through your mind, and that's fine. It's something that happens. But where did this insecurity come from? Because one thing for sure you need to do is figure out where you're insecure, like what feeds your insecurity, your triggers, or what caused you to get to that point where you realized that I'm actually insecure about this. So I think I've shared this story before here, but I'll just share it in like in a quick way, just for context for those that are new here. So this one time when I was in primary school, guys, by the way, it might sound funny, but I actually never thought I was pretty, especially in primary school. And I don't want to see those don't feel sorry for yourself type of comments, because it's not a feeling that I have right now. That's why I can sit and share about it openly with you guys without lying or sugarcoating or anything. So yeah, so for the longest time I struggled with my self-image, and this was birthed in primary school. So I went to a very nice primary school in where I grew up, and it was called Joy Springs Academy. It was very well performing. Like, we were doing it, the school was doing great. But then I remember this one time, I think I was in like class 6 or 7. Like, I feel like my concealer is literally taking its last few breaths. So like, as I was saying, in like class 6, and until then I actually had not understood the idea, or even I had not even had the thought of, oh, I'm pretty or I'm not. It's so crazy, because there was nothing to trigger me to think like that. And I remember this one time, so we were just in class, we were chilling, and then our teacher comes, and he was our Kiswahili teacher. I'll never forget him. He was really nice, but I feel like he's literally the origin of this insecurity that I've had to deal with, that I deal with even now some days, and it's still fine, but yeah. So anyway, this teacher comes into the classroom and he's like, you know what, I want us to group ourselves according to our colors. And I'm wondering, colors, what do you mean? And this teacher is like, I'll say someone's name and then you people will say like their color, if they're black, if they're brown, if they're chocolate, like that, like that, like that, like that. And I don't know if this is something that still happens in school, in schools, but this actually did happen in my class at that time. And so the teacher starts saying people's names. And at first, it's funny. Like, at first, it's actually really funny. Because you actually think you're joking. It's nothing serious. We're just having a great time in class. You know, discussing such a matter. Guys, let me do this browse. And then I'll continue with the story. Okay? So, guys, I'm done with my browse. And so the teacher is like, let's divide ourselves according to our color. And you know, it sounds funny. Right now, thinking about it, it sounds like such a trivial thing. But guys, that experience literally just birthed this whole thing I'm talking about right now. And so I remember the teacher was like, let's divide ourselves. And so he started calling out names. So let's say he starts with Njeri, and people are like, brown. He goes to Mwende, brown. He does John, brown. Laura, chocolate, like that. It was like that kind of the whole class participating exercise. And so I remember he called out names, and he called out the name of a friend of mine I had in that class. And guys were like black, and I was like, oh my God, I really look like her. When it's my turn, guys are gonna say that. Even me, I'm black. And so I started just dreading for him to say my name. And guys, truly, I say to you, this is the foundation, Maybelline. Truly, I tell you this day that when he got to me, the whole class shouted, black. And I actually did find it funny because I like participated in shouting other people's, you know, complexion or color as he would have it. And I know we sit, and especially parents sit, and they think that you've taken your child to a school like we are in Kenya. Color is not a thing. It's not your child is not going to be made to feel some type of way because of how they look. But let me demystify that, because kids can be mean. Let me tell you the truth. Children can be mean. Kids can be mean. And you can just take your child to a great school, but then the kids are just out there like calling them black and stuff. And you realize your kid is not talking as they used to. They're not as social. And you're wondering what happened. So anyway, that is to parents. Have conversations with your children. Moving on swiftly. So I was called black then. And guys, trust you me, I carried that. And I'm not saying being dark is wrong. No, I am just saying the way it was said, the approach that was used, that is what messed me up. So I carried that to high school. I remember in high school, we would go for like funkies. And my friends would be like, hey, I'm dressing up because, oh, nini, guys are going to look at me and they'll want to talk to me. And guys, I was so unbothered. I was the most unbothered high schooler on earth, because deep down, I had already been told that, you know what, you're dark. And back then, like, black don't crack started just the other day when we were in campus. It's not been a thing. You feel me? So being dark, of a darker complexion, was not cute. Like, let's just be honest with ourselves and just admit that that is a flaw that we had even as a society, and it's fine that we have moved from it. Anyway, so me, I never used to care. I was so unbothered. Like, I'd just be like, oh, whatever, man. No one wants to look at this. Like, I'm dark. What are you talking about? And you know, people would come with like Fair and Lovely to school to smoothen their faces. Guys, this one that you hear me, I am skincare ambassador online. This one started when I was in campus, when I had gotten my confidence back, because back then, baby girl, I was not that girl. So went to high school with the same mentality. So people would be so excited. I just need this to dry a bit. So excited to meet guys, and I'd be wondering, Kwani, what's up with this guy thing and funkies and oh, they need to find me cute. I never ever thought that. And we would go and come back and people would be reading their letters. And guys, even the guys that said hi to me, I would literally ignore them because I'd be like, no, you can't possibly want to talk to me. And I share this with people right now and they look at me like, oh my goodness, you're so pretty. Yeah, but you see, it's an insecurity that I had and that's just it. So high school went by, and guys, let me tell you what I didn't have, what I felt, at least back then, that I didn't have in looks, I made up for in other things that were every other thing except academics, which is crazy. So I didn't think I was pretty, but I was like, you know what? I'm a great leader. I'll do that well. And maybe they will think I'm cute too. And there's nothing as hard as you're a full-grown woman in high school and you're literally trying to fit into a group of girls that you think, you know, are the in thing, they're pretty and all. Guys, that was rough. But it's fine, moved from that. So high school was that, made up for it in being a great leader and being in CU, just being a good girl, never being on the wrong, keeping guys accountable and all. That is how I made up for that. But then campus came. Went to campus and I actually didn't think it would be a thing for me in campus, but it was such a big thing that now I was forced to face it and deal with it. So in campus, we would like go to class, and even when you've dressed up, you look cute, and just a dude in your class is like, oh, hi Becky, today you look really nice. I'd take it with a pinch of salt because remember, deep down, I am not pretty, even to myself. And campus went by and I only had one guy that was, let me just say he was my boyfriend for a minute. And that was when I was like in first year and he was in fourth year. Guys, do you see? Like, literally, I was just like, oh, he thinks I'm cute. We became a thing. Because nobody had ever told me before then that, you know what, girl, you're cute, you're pretty. Apana, me had never experienced that. And that's why, honestly, right now, I'm such a girl fan in that I tell my friends, oh, you look nice, you're pretty. I tell my sisters, you're cute, you're pretty, because I don't want them to be at the mercy of anyone who tells them they're cute. Okay, so yeah. Anyway, so campus came, was still a struggle, but then it came to a point where it affected me so much. It even got to my ministry, in that I even started doubting my abilities, like just because I didn't believe that I was pretty. So if you start a compliment with, oh, today you looked nice, and you really blessed my heart, guys, that compliment I would just hear until today you looked nice, and my mind would shift, and I'd literally start spiraling like in my head and being like, you're not cute, they're just saying that to be nice. And guys, this is a 23, 22, 21-year-old girl going through this, so you can imagine like how hard it was. My turning point, I had to sit down with myself and realize that, you know what, you're fearfully and wonderfully made. The mistakes that were made when you were younger that have brought you here, those people that made those mistakes, they are not responsible for how you view yourself right now, because those people are not even in your life right now. You feel me? So I had to sit down and have like a conversation with myself about that, and like start building on my confidence and on my feeling pretty and on my feeling cute, because everyone would be telling me, oh, you look so pretty today, you look so nice. And guys, one area that really upped my confidence, believe it or not, is my hair, because most compliments would come from my hair. Oh, I love your fro, what do you do, what products do you use? And I'd actually be like, hey, something is good about me finally. And yeah, so it took first admitting that, you know what, this thing happened to you and it has traumatized you. So if you're going to deal with an insecurity, you can't deal with an insecurity you don't admit that you have. You get, it's like being told to treat a disease you don't believe you have. Guys, even if those meds are working miracles, you will never feel like you're getting better, because deep down you have already told yourself that you're not sick. So first, identify what insecurity it is and where it stems from. If you can talk to your friends, if you can share it with family, I'm sure someone has noticed that you're insecure about that thing and they actually know where it stems from, and someone can help you with that. So it began with admitting that, you know what, girl, you actually don't think you're pretty, and that's not funny. That's not funny. And I had to sit with myself and now start telling myself, like those affirmations, you're pretty, you're enough, all that. I did all that in campus. And guys, those things work. Let nobody lie to you. Admit it to yourself. Figure out where that insecurity stems from if you can. Speak to somebody about it. And I believe that we are all going through something in our lives that makes us feel not good enough, not pretty enough, but that should not like stop your life. And after I admitted it to myself, I was like, so Becky, now that you have figured that you don't feel as pretty as everyone else thinks you are, how can we work on that? And I decided to dress differently, to make sure I dress in things that make me look pretty, to, you know, just work on the inside, because everyone else can be shouting at the top of their voice that, oh, you're so cute. But if you don't believe it, you don't believe it. And that's just it. Like, they can say it, but it's up to you to believe it. And if you don't, to work on yourself until you do, because you actually are pretty. Oh, that is a lot of blush, Becky. But it's fine. I love blush. So yeah, I took that, and years later, cleared campus. I'm now out here. I'm on YouTube, guys. That's another thing. Like, it took me such a long time to start my YouTube channel, because I was like, my face. No, my face is not a YouTube or online kind of face. And yeah, that has been my journey. I admitted it to myself. I changed the things that I felt were holding me back, like wearing things I don't like. And that upped my confidence. And right now, it's not an insecurity. I can't call it an insecurity. I just have the normal every girl ugly day. You get where you just feel today I don't feel pretty. That I go through, but it's not the full-blown, I'm not worthy of love, I'm not worthy of being online, I'm not worthy. No, it's not all that. It's just there. You're today, girl, you're in Japan and you feel like you're not pretty, and that's fine. That's human. So yeah, I also took a lot of time praying and asking God to help me, first of all, forgive that teacher, because for the longest time I was literally like, I am not confident because of that. And it was a male teacher, guys. It was a male teacher. I feel like if it was a female teacher, I don't know, but maybe I would have taken it differently. It was a male teacher. And yeah, so that is my journey. That is what I had been insecure about. Definitely there are days where those feelings will crop in, but let me tell you, no matter what insecurity you have, you're fine, you're okay. God made you in his image, and he will send the right people on your way that will affirm that. You get, like, the right people that will affirm, you know what, you are enough, you know what, you are pretty, you're fearfully and wonderfully. So in case you're out there and you're listening to this video and you've watched it and you're like, literally, that is my story, I want to encourage you that you're not alone, that we all go through that. But it's up to you to identify your triggers, because in campus I identified that my trigger was people saying it. Like, I would get triggered by people telling me you're pretty. You get, like, that. Imagine, compliments were my biggest trigger. And guys, it's nobody's job to deal with your triggers for you. You won't girl, you won't sit and expect people to walk on eggshells around you because you're insecure. It's up to you to work on that insecurity, to pray about it, and to talk to someone about it. So that is my face. Thank you guys for chilling with me as we had this conversation. Tell me down in the comments below what insecurities you've had and how you've dealt with them. I would really love to hear that. And yeah, that's my face. I'll see you guys on my next video. Remember to smash that subscribe button, smash that like button. It helps the algorithm, you know, share my videos with more audiences, and definitely leave me a content. I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye.